everyone, my name is Bran and welcome to the very first episode of The Geek XP. I want this to be a show where I talk about all sorts of nerdy things in the world of geekdom, whether it's a TV show, a movie, or a video game, maybe do some Let's Plays. But for this first episode, I want to talk about something very special. If you're evil and you're on the run, you can count on the four of them taking you down, because they're good and evil never beats them, and when they win the fight, they'll go out for pizza. I am, of course, talking about Steven Universe. It's a show by Rebecca Sugar, and it's on Cartoon Network. This show is particularly great for a myriad of reasons, but for this first episode, I just want to talk about some predictions and ideas for the show as it moves forward. I'd like to start with the idea of origin episodes for the Crystal Gems. We know from the episode On the Run that Amethyst isn't from Homeworld, but is instead created in a kindergarten on Earth. Now, it'd be really cool to see how she met Rose Quartz, because it could be theorized that she was found by Rose Quartz and the other Crystal Gems after the war with Homeworld Gems. So it'd be cool to see Rose Quartz and Garnet and Pearl as they move through each and every kindergarten, trying to clear them out, make sure that Earth is safe from them, and then all of a sudden they discover this one gem that's sort of living in the kindergarten by herself, and how they decide to bring her into the fold rather than try to destroy her if they think she's a threat. I would also like to see how Rose Quartz met Garnet, whether she was Ruby and Sapphire or if she was already fused together. And then for Pearl, knowing from the episodes that we've seen, both in Friendship and then in The Return, where it suggested that Pearls, being a complementary gem, are more drones in the army of the Homeworld Gems and that they're supposed to defer to higher ranking gems. Pearl, being singularly devoted to Rose, I'd be interested to see how that began. And so those are episodes I'd love to see. Another thing I wanted to talk about was Steven using his mom's sword. Steven, I don't think, is much of a sword fighter. He uses the shield a lot, as we've seen in episodes like Friendship, where he was just like turning it on. He was ready to go. It was awesome. I was sitting there, I was all excited. It's like, yeah, Steven, go, go, go. But I don't see him as much of an offensive fighter. He's more supportive. He's defensive. He defends the gem. He fights with Connie, as we can see in Sworn to the Sword, which brings me to my next point. I think that since Connie is being shown to learn how to sword fight now, with the assistance of Pearl, is that she will learn to sword fight, and then when they fuse into Stevonnie, using Connie's ability to sword fight and Steven's shield, use Rose's sword and shield together, and that's how they will use them. It would be awesome if when Yellow Diamond shows up on Earth, if Stevonnie has the sword and the shield, and then duels Yellow Diamond. I'm gonna be crying. I'm gonna like all my feelings. It's gonna be amazing. I'm so excited for something like that. So if that happens, I'll be really pumped. On the topic of fusions, I'd like to touch upon the statue outside the Temple of the Crystal Gem Sanctuary. It's been theorized for a long time, and it's something that I thought about a while back, is that if the statue is in fact a statue of the Crystal Gems all being fused together, including Rose Quartz, it has a lot of the traits of each of the gems individually, as well as sort of that double face mask thing that we've seen with Alexandrite. And it has the crystal gem placement for each of the crystal gems, except for Rose Quartz being the house where her gem would usually go. I'd be interested to see that either in a flashback, or if Steven can fuse with the other crystal gems, if they all fuse together, will they create that gem? I'm unsure if Steven fusing with the other gems would come with the same result, frankly because I feel that the fusions are driven more by personality rather than the gem itself. And seeing that Steven is his own person, not just like his mom. For example, if Steven was to fuse with Pearl, I don't think it would create the same rainbow quartz that we saw in the episode We Need to Talk. I think it would be something different, because even though Steven shares a lot of traits with his mom, he is his own individual, and so that might alter the result of the fusion. One of the last things I wanted to touch upon today was the idea of Steven's healing powers developing so that he could heal corrupted gems. In the episode Monster Buddies, it's very much implied that Steven wants to actively pursue trying to heal creatures like the Centipedal. And that would be something I'd really like to see, because it could potentially give the gems more allies when Yellow Diamond shows up. Or I could see in an episode, Yellow Diamond shows up, she has an army of gems, and Steven comes out of the temple with an army of gems that he has healed from their corrupted forms. I think this would be a big thing for Steven to really push how important he and pivotal he is to the story and to fending off these evil Homeworld gems. That's all for now, everybody. Leave your comments down below. I'd love to hear more of your theories and predictions, and if you like this video, tickle that like button. I'll see you all next time, but for now, you've been awarded some Geek XP.